Good evening, friends. This is Dr. Majeed coming to you to explain to you what I do for a living now. The group that I've talked to you about is Sami Sabinsa that I started in early 1988. We have a global presence, and the first company I started is Sabinsa USA, based out of New Jersey, and subsequently into Utah. And then Sabinsa Japan, Europe, Russia, South Africa, China, and Australia, Vietnam, and South Korea. In addition to that, there's a Dubai-based company called Hanbury, and there's a separate India business division. There is a Clin World, which is a CRO involved in clinical research, and my own favorite project, Dr. Majeed Foundation. Sami Spices, based out of Cochin, and Edkal, based out of Bangalore, involved in software development, and AFI is my nutraceutical division, based out of New Jersey. Johara Cosmetics is a cosmetic line very recently introduced to cater to the needs of the people, and Organic Aromatics is a flavor and fragrance B2B business, and my latest thrust is all on a line of companies called Sami Direct. Started in 2011. This is the company that takes up most of my focus now. It is very similar to a direct sale company called Amway or Herbalife, and we have done extremely well in India, and we have moved into Malaysia, and in the next 1 to 2 months we'll be starting our operations in Indonesia, Philippines, and follow that with Vietnam, Thailand, and Dubai. And as I said, I started in 1988. The first focus area was on standardized extracts, and followed by nutritional fine chemicals. Subsequently, I elaborated into natural cosmeceuticals, specialty chemicals, formulations, minerals, spice extracts, probiotics, and enzymes by fermentation. One another interesting area is new drug applications. We have 2 new drugs approved in India. One is for glaucoma and another one is for psoriasis, and I'll talk about that a little later. Globally, we are about 1,200 people. About 10% of that is scientists working in India in our R&D facility. Our facilities are predominantly, our corporate office is in East Windsor, New Jersey, which is a corporate office for US and distribution center. Utah is purely manufacturing and distribution center. This facility is totally dedicated to manufacturing and tablets and capsules, solid dosage forms, packaging, etc., etc. Our Indian operation starts with our Penia Corporate R&D Center. The building is basically dedicated for R&D. Over 90% of the space is taken up by various research groups. We have phytochemistry, analytical chemistry, various types of equipment to support our analytical research, and a biological chemistry group that is looking into the toxicology and clinical efficacy and preclinical efficacy of the extracts or the phytochemicals, or rather the synthetic chemicals that we make. And we use a licensed system from US called the reduction system to study some of these toxicities, and we have a flow cytometer that looks into various types of cytokines in the biological fluids, and a regular microbiology lab, a formulation development lab, a cosmetic formulation development lab, and a cosmeceutical claim substantiation lab. And of course, in addition to R&D, we have a pilot plant that scales up whatever the scientists create in 1 to 10 grams into 1 to 10 kilo scales, and then transfers the technology to manufacturing. We are also very strong in plant tissue cultures to develop better varieties of plant materials, and value addition of plant-based materials. For example, garlic on the left side is $1 per kilo, but garlic on the right side is about $80 per kilo. Now, what has happened here by hydroponic method, we were able to enrich the garlic with a very valuable mineral called selenium. And our manufacturing facilities mostly located in Karnataka, except 2 facilities in Hyderabad, starting with Kunigal. This is a major facility of ours capable of handling both synthetic chemicals as well as phytochemicals. Couple of pictures on that. Now, our biotechnology facility is in Nelamangala. The biotechnology research facility is also included in the same building. And basically, we are in the production of fermentation products. Mostly, we focus on a probiotic that we have been marketing extensively. This is our supercritical fluid extract unit. This is carbon dioxide under high pressure acts as a liquid and acts as a solvent for extraction, which has a very high price in the international market. And we were the first to set up Asia's first supercritical commercial scale facility. And interestingly, the technology for this one was provided by IIT Mumbai. And here is a picture of our Hyderabad facility. This is a facility in Bangalore in a place called Dabaspet for producing continuous extraction units, which is basically it can handle about 20 tons per day. We have just added another 25-ton capacity, so per day capacity of extracting materials will be about 45 tons of natural plant materials. Another picture of that one. One of our thrust area in India is medicinal plant cultivation, and we do a lot of work on that one. And most of our information we provide through various websites so that there is an education component to everything we do. We are also very aggressive in terms of intellectual property. As of now, we have completed about 100 patents. This 100 patent happened in the last couple of days, and we have a lot more to come in this area. This is my first national award from late Dr. Shankardayal Sharma in 1994 for basic drugs. My second national award from the President of India at that time, late Dr. Shankardayal Sharma, for developing a market for Garcinia. I will talk about it later. Then Sami Lab is one company that received National R&D Award for efforts in R&D areas, and an award of this type is given to a company only once in their lifetime, and we had it in 2002. Now, naturally, you have the question, what are all the products that you sell? I call them the products pioneered by us. And the first product, and in fact, one of my major products was a product called Citron. Citron is nothing but Garcinia cambogia or from Garcinia indica. And most of you would know it as Kodambuli. But it is one of my phenomenally successful products. You can see the book I have written there, and it has been patented. One of the patented product name is Citron K, and we have a subsequent product called Garcitron. Again, it's an improved version of Citron K with the garcinol, another component included in that one. Another product for which I was given the National Award of Basic Drugs is L-selenomethianine for manufacturing this product for the first time in India and exporting it. And this product, although it is a mineral essentially needed by the body, recommended is about 55 to 70 microgram per day. It also has an FDA allowed qualified health claim that selenium may reduce the risk of certain types of cancers. One of my major products today is a turmeric extract that we have trademarked as curcumin C3 complex. the title, Curry Powder to Cancer Therapeutics, is very appropriate. In 1993, I published the first book listing the medicinal benefits of curcumin, or rather turmeric. Interestingly enough, today we know how it works in the case of cancer. Very simple. There are 3 steps in the progression of cancer. That is the transformation. Normal cells gets converted to tumor cells develop into the growth phase, and the one that is grown get into metastasis. Curcumin interrupts at all the 3 stages of cancer progression. Then we have done a lot of research into this one, and we know curcumin is not a simple molecule. It converts itself in the body, and I call it the cascade formation. The predominant component is tetrahydrocurcumin. This conversion happens in the body. Then octahydro, hexahydro, dihydro, and ferulic acid. These are the active metabolites, and there are 2 metabolites formed, curcumin sulfate and glucuronide. Both are biologically inactive, but the active metabolites are the ones that are making the pharmacological changes in the body. And curcumin in the last 20 years since the introduction has been studied on a number of conditions, including cardiovascular, Alzheimer's, chemotherapeutic and chemopreventive, etc., etc., etc. Another major product of ours is bioperin. The bioperin is a natural bioavailability enhancer. The concept of bioavailability was brought in with the introduction of bioperin. I have written about that one, and we have several US patents and international patents. Another product we introduced into the US market was Forceline. This is a product that Hess Pharmaceutical has done a lot of research and then dropped. And in 1998, we were able to do the research to show that it increases lean body mass while bringing down the weight as well as managing the mood disorders. This has been marketed since then in the US market as a weight loss product, and from this roots we were able to develop a drug for glaucoma. In fact, this was the research done by Hess Pharmaceuticals at one time, and they were not able to make a solution out of this one. Our patent is to get forskolin, which is impossible to dissolve, into a cyclodextrin complex formulation to make a very clear solution for application to the eye. We have gone through the clinical trials, and we have published papers on that one. The clinical efficacy was also good compared to timolol, and additional papers were also published. And subsequent to our drug approval, remember, this is a drug approval, not a herbal drug approval. This is a allopathic drug approval. We went back and did additional studies to find that a very lower dose is sufficient to give the pharmacological effect, and we are just waiting for the Indian FDA approval for that. Another drug we developed was a drug for psoriasis from a gum called Boswellia gum. As all of you know, psoriasis is an autoimmune disorder with very few options in the allopathic medicine. Here is an example of the trial results. In India, we did over 250 patients as phase 3 clinical trial, and you can see from the results, fantastic results. And again, this is documented and published, and we have focused on one particular ingredient within that gum called AKBBA. And another product we brought to the market is called tetrahydrocurcuminoids. I talked about this one before, but the fact that it is generated by the body came out in 2011 only. This was about 10 years back. I converted the yellow colored turmeric extract into white powder called tetrahydrocurcuminoids. The objective at that time was to find a very powerful melanogenesis inhibitor, that is skin lightening effect. And antioxidant and anti-inflammatory action was also part of that. Again, extensively patented by Sabinsa Corporation. Another product we brought to the market was Nellika. We call it Saburi, Phyllanthus emblica. Now, every one of you know that this contains vitamin C. In 2009, we published a paper in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry saying that it is not vitamin C that is the biomarker. It is a material called beta-glucogallin. That was a revelation, even for us. And for the first time, when we published this one, we had quite a bit of questions from many sources in India. Nevertheless, the point was well proven, and beta-glucogallin has been established as the biomarker in amla. I talked to you about our Johara line of cosmetics. This has come into the market in early 2015 and doing extremely well in India now. And not only skin care, but personal care, and here you see nail colors. So a series of products are coming in this category. Now, what Sabinsa and Sami is looking forward to do is for a greener, cleaner, healthier world, and use the traditional knowledge that we have. Ayurveda is a tremendous source of knowledge, and use it with the help of modern research, find the right atmosphere to present it and market worldwide. And we tend to think that we are a responsible and reliable company. And as I always say, we innovate for the future from our past. And thank you very much.